Welcome back to the podcast, guys. We are here. This is Bandy. I got my boy Ray. We got Vic today, and we have the lovely CeCoiya Johnson here with us.
Hey.
You know, right now she got her wine is in 27 locations. She was a 23 Grinder of the Year nominee for the Kentucky Entertainment Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Featured on Great Day Live. And she was featured in the Courier Journal. Ugh.
Which is, the main newspaper outlet here in the city. So that's big.
That is big, man.
So welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Sure.
So how's everybody feeling today, man? I know it's been a couple weeks since we've been in here last. And
It has not been a couple of weeks. We was in here
We
last
was
week.
just here last
We was just here last week.
Long
He's
week.
tripping.
That's what happens when you have long weeks, man. Long weeks. So
Oh, this
me
is fine.
me personally, I think a hot topic that I've been keeping my eye on here lately is the tariffs and how China is putting the tax on the USA.
You getting right to
You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah, straight to it.
so, like, me personally, I haven't personally seen like prices soar. I'm not a business owner to where I have to, buy directly from China. But how do you all think that that's impacting business owners, worldwide? Well, in the U.S., not USA, to be exact.
Well, I have not been directly affected just yet. However, the winery that I outsourced from in Lodi, California, I know some of their products was held up in production, which I guess it does directly affect me. No change in prices or anything like that, just timing and getting goods. So
Yeah.
I anticipate, and I've read an article that that they are going to put some tariffs on whiskey and products, alcohol, beverages, and things like that are coming over. So we'll see. None yet, and I hope it stays that way. But you know what I'm saying?
Ain't no telling right
Ain't no telling. I actually witnessed it kind of firsthand in conversation. Not like I said, I haven't been impacted directly as a consumer, but I went to Jefferson Mall in Louisville, and everybody knows in Jefferson Mall, Max Oriental, right? The Chinese food that everybody gets when they go to Jefferson Mall. I was actually in line getting the Chinese food, and the owner was explaining to me like how much he's being charged now for everything, like from the to-go plates to the straws to the meat to everything. Pause, but to everything, but so his prices are eventually going to go up. So when he has to like re-up on like all inventory, all food and everything, like here in like the next couple months, a lot of people's going to be surprised when their prices go up, because he said that some of his prices is 8 times more, and some of them's like doubled. So it's like it's impacting even small businesses to this point.
I'm sure it
But
will.
how do you feel? How you feel the impact?
I mean, I personally, and this is just me personally, I'm not tripping because the TikToks I saw, I was looking at the Chinese suppliers, man.
Come
It
on,
was-
TikTok.
You know what I'm saying? The Chinese suppliers was giving me game.
Okay.
So
Break it down for
I'm
me.
over here thinking, you know what I'm saying? They got me thinking. I'm just like, hey, might just get my stuff straight from the source. So if y'all see me out, you know what I'm saying? I got some Louis Vuitton sneakers on. Mind your business. And just know I got mine straight from the source. You don't know where I got mine.
AKA, these
Real
might be food, man.
Nah, they real.
He's telling y'all right now.
They real.
Mind
I see
your
him.
business.
Right.
Mind your
your
business.
business.
Don't ask about the price.
Mind your
You know what I'm
business.
saying? Just know I got them and you don't.
I got it for $39.99, man.
right.
Straight
Nobody-
from the source.
nobody-
Straight from the source.
Beware of Bandy having some heat on.
Shop smart.
Love it.
That's financial advice.
Yeah,
Shop
that's
smart.
it.
No, but
Right.
do you all think that we should have been had that information as far as like how much more like people are charging us than where they're getting it for,
Bro,
or is that
we
just like common knowledge? Do you think?
I think that's common knowledge and people just didn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because, bro, come on now. like 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 if you know basic like business, I feel like like the shit that it takes to like the cost that it takes to manufacture things is way less. They get over here, they mark the price up 3 times for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes like, and another thing I heard, pretty much everything is made in China.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? They send it to, send it to wherever country they want to do. They put their little 10% little stamp on there just to say, so they can mark the price up. But in reality, man, go to the source.
Yeah.
So in other words, China's sending it to Italy. Italy's known for like designer fashion, and they're gonna charge you 10 times the price.
Man, they had me a whole Versace fit.
How do you feel, Vic, as far as like the impact?
To be honest, bro, I don't think we've even felt the bulk of it yet, bro. Pause. I feel like once a lot of these tariffs really do kick in, I think it's gonna be a problem, bro.
Yeah.
I think everybody's already kind of, well, not everybody, but a large part of the economy is already struggling. So once those kick in and those hikes kick in, bro, it's gonna be tough for people just to sustain, So I don't know. I mean, it seems like it should be common sense, but you do actually have people out here supporting the tariffs and encouraging certain things to take place. So they'll feel it though. We're all gonna feel it, So my advice is just stack your money, bro. Like stack your money and like Vandy said, spend wisely.
Yeah,
because you're gonna need your reserves here soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Get them from the source.
I do got a question for you, CeCoiya. Did I pronounce it right?
CeCoiya. Yep.
C with the C.
With a C, please.
With the C.
Yep.
Exactly. So, you as a business owner, how rigorous is like the process from getting stuff imported from overseas? Like you being the owner and you're part of each and every process. Like how tough is that?
So I'm not a part of each and every process. So I'm currently not importing anything over. I outsource from California. So I don't, like I said, not direct to me, but but the process in itself was just outsourcing products is can be very rigorous. And so it's just a matter of just understanding all ins and outs of it, trying to get the best price of all the things. Because I know, like with my wine comes from California, but then I have to do all my labeling is different. So it's just shopping around, making sure you get the right price, the best price, and yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I guess that's the main thing. It's just shopping around, making sure it's quality products, seeing what works best for me, and on that route.
Okay,
let's pull it back for a second. Tell us a little bit about your wine company and how you got started and what kind of motivated you to kind of get in this lane in the space.
Absolutely. So, Coy Wine Collection, I launched in December 2022, and I got into it because before I was into wine, I had a fashion show production company.
Okay.
And so I would put on annual fashion shows here in the city, and I was very successful doing that. So I would have about 500, 600 people come out. And when COVID hit, obviously everything minimized, and so I started partnering with a local winery called 502 Winery. And I would do like just small, intimate fashion shows with them. And so what I started to do was create an experience for people to try wine, have fashion. And so in that process, I had to try all their wines to see what designer that I worked with would match the notes and the aesthetics of the wine that we were going to try. And I was like, man, this is fun.
Yeah.
I like this. Right. And so I just started trying all different kinds of wines. And that's kind of sort of where my love for wine started. And Coy Wine Collection kind of fell in my lap a couple years after that. But I would go live and just try different kind of wines, and I kind of turned into like the wine lady, this wine connoisseur.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Hey, I'm cooking this. What should I?" And then local distribution company, Black owned. They were like, "Hey, we're working with a broker out of Tennessee. She's looking to bring on someone up under her wing. She's already working with another brand, and want to work with someone from Kentucky. You ready?" I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I guess I gotta get ready.
fire. Right, right.
That's fine. That's fine.
And then,
Right, right.
That's fine.
and then, like I said, COVID hit, so we had to do a lot of just sending things through the mail. Sending things through the mail. And I just tried a plethora of different wines that they already produce, and I came up with the 3 wines here. So these are the 2. I have a semi-dry, a sweet red, and then a Moscato.
Okay.
And
This Moscato.
yes,
On the Moscato?
this is the Moscato.
I can't
So
stop
Yeah.
drinking this.
This is the truth.
This is
shit
13%
fire.
alcohol content. I always try to lead with that. Just because wine
That shit
normally
kick
about
it
8 or
in.
9%.
Yeah.
But it has flavors of ripe peach and pear. It's very crisp and light on the palate. It's a Moscato, but it's not like a very thick, syrupy,
Yeah.
overly sweet Moscato. I almost put you in mind of a Riesling. But this is my number 1 seller.
Yeah,
I have sold a lot of Moscato. It's such a blessing. But after that, I launched the sweet red, and that is got people in the chokehold too. Everybody love the sweet red.
Okay.
The red blend is my favorite, but it's not everyone's favorite. I mean, if you're a wine drinker, wine connoisseur, you like dry wine,
Yeah.
that will be your jam. But yeah, so
That's what's
but
up.
now here we are, a little bit more than 2 years later, and 27 stores. I'm in a few different cities in Kentucky. My distro is just here in Kentucky. But just moving and shaking, meeting people, connecting. I got a few things coming up for Derby, so
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's pretty neat.
So-
Time of year.
In your in your knowledge of wine, so how do you become like? Would you ever be able to become like a? I'm trying to pronounce it the right way.
sommelier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sommelier.
I mean, if I took
I
all the
butchered it.
courses, it's just like a college. It's like
Right.
you getting a master's in wine.
I only know that because I seen a movie on Netflix
Gotcha.
about it.
Yeah, it was
I
a
was
good
just
movie.
like,
Did
it
you
was
like
a good movie.
Yeah.
It was a really
Then
good.
I
Movie.
watch
Kevin
all the
Hart's-
wine movies.
Kevin Hart got a podcast where he has a guy that
Mhm.
comes and explains the wine,
What's it
the
called?
ingredients. I don't
A
Sad size.
know.
sommelier,
That
something
one?
like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That person.
Okay.
So that is not someone that's not I don't aspire to be that.
Okay.
But, kudos to those who
But you're still a connoisseur.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
for
respect
sure.
it.
I love wine. And I
respect
try to learn as much as I can. It's just I probably won't do that.
Okay.
It does seem like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a whole bunch of work. And not that I don't like hard work, but that's just not the route that I want to go.
Oh no, trust me. Like I feel you.
Yeah.
It's just to me. I'm just like, it's cool that you could call yourself that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, just
It is cool.
I was like,
It
that
is a cool
that's
title
fine.
to have for sure.
It is. I've thought about it, but I mean, when I just talk to different people and meet people who are going through the course that are like stressed out, I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Straight on
Because
that.
it does seem like an exclusive title too.
It is.
Like it's not the easiest thing to obtain.
No, you are very well respected in the hospitality industry when you have that title. Very well respected.
It's like a doctorate down there.
I mean, no, seriously,
Yeah.
it is. It truly is.
I'm
So,
gonna have to find some classes.
but
So with the age that we're in, especially with social media, how do you think social media impacted you as far as on your journey to even start your business? Was it a big deal when it came to social media? Is that what pretty much jump started you?
yeah. I mean, social media is a big deal, but I mean, being that my distro is here in Kentucky, I'm born and raised, and then I had a business where I served the community for so
Yeah.
long.
Mhm.
I pretty much I mean, everything that I've done up to this moment has built my, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
my following. So social media is great. And I don't love it myself. I haven't been on social media for like 2 weeks. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I need to get my life together. I really do. Like as a business owner, I should not be taking 2-week breaks off of social media. But anywho,
It'd be like that
it'd be like,
sometimes.
yeah, I
It
need
definitely
to
is
need
like
that.
You need to
minute.
step back and reset sometimes.
Listen, and it's been so good. I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
driving and smiling, just like, oh my gosh,
Living
like,
in the
it is-
moment.
just living in the moment, right? Exactly. I have not scrolled literally in 2 weeks. It's been awesome. But anywho,
That's good.
social media obviously is important. Last year I did a year-long like social media, like I did. I had a photographer, and we would take photos every quarter, and that was fun on social media because everybody
Yeah.
anticipated what photos was I going to come out with?
Okay.
So-
You got
So
the
this
you got
is
the
all
merch.
from last
The
year,
merch.
like all of my every photo shoot that I did, and that was fun and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
interactive. And when people would see me, they'd be like, "Man, okay, what you doing next?" I'm like, "I don't know. What do you think?" So it was cool. So I think social media is important, especially as I continue to grow the brand.
Yeah, that's what's up. And I got a question specifically for the wine itself. What made you pick the 3 that you picked out of like all the wines in the world? Like,
Yeah.
what made you select these 3?
Great question. So in the process of launching, I did a lot of customer discoveries. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of customer discoveries, where I just would send out Google surveys and just see
Mhm.
what people liked. And then as I was doing the year of like my vlogging and trying different wines, I would try wines that people would say, "Hey, try this. I heard Mary J. Blige is coming out with a wine. Try this."
Yeah.
So I just kept a mental note on what people liked. And everybody loves sweet wine. Literally every last one of you all said sweet wine.
Sure did.
So everybody loves sweet wine. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, how can I get something that is like even keel? That's
Yeah.
not too much of anything. And so that's why I chose these. So obviously I have a sweet red, but it's not overly sweet. You all can try it once you finish with the Moscato.
I'm done.
But I wanted something.
That's a definite. Yeah, that's a definite.
I'm talking about.
That's a definite.
So I just wanted something that was just middle ground that everyone can enjoy. Not too sweet, not too much of anything. Because even with my more dry wine, it's not overly dry. I mean, it's just semi-dry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you go ahead and
I'm
get
a-
finished.
yeah, I got
It
you.
is a good mix, though. I'm just throwing
It
it
is
out
a
there.
good-
I'll
take your advice then.
It's like a sangria, so
Okay.
just throwing it out there. So that's why I chose these 3.
Yeah.
Something that was gonna be easy for me to sell.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm gonna be out here selling.
As you
So,
do.
okay.
Yeah.
So I gotta make it sound good. You know what I
Right,
mean? Make
right,
people
right.
like, "Ooh, I want to try it." And so I'm like, I don't want a hard sell.
Yeah.
And so these wines, after tasting them and having people try them, and like I said, doing the customer discoveries, I'm like, I got this. I can do that.
Okay, got you.
My eyes closed. So
Now, have you had to overcome like any obstacles on the way? Like, was there like a wine that you thought may have been a hit that wasn't, or anything like that? Like, what obstacles have you had to overcome?
the only obstacle is weather and product, like getting the product in from California. Sometimes it's hard, like depending
Yeah.
on what they have going on there. I know it was the floods in my first year when California flooded.
Mm-hmm.
So that was so hard. Thank God I had I went through an incubator program, a business incubator program. So they helped me purchase a lot of product up front. So I didn't really feel it until it was gone. Like when I first launched, I mean, it was wild. I mean, people came out by the boatloads, and I launched in December, and I sold a whole pallet of wine in just like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And so whenever it was like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? Get this product in. Good thing is I had, people, stores had reserve or whatever. They purchased a lot because it was selling so fast. But that's the only obstacle right now. And then capital. I mean, I don't know who's all business owners. But that's just,
Y'all are.
that's hard. That's hard
it's
in
the
a
hardest
sense. It's
part, I would
just,
say.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Keeping that money flowing,
Yeah.
making the best decisions. And so that's probably the biggest obstacle. But as far as support, it's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good.
I mean, you seem pretty genuine, you
Yeah.
know. So if you run your business kind of how like your personality is in a way, I think like the support would be natural
Yeah.
in a way.
I do have a question. So
Mhm.
you mentioned that you went through an incubator program.
Yes.
Just speak to the importance of that, because we speak about entrepreneurship a lot,
Mhm.
and we speak about support and also having mentors
Mhm.
in place. So I just want to get your thoughts on that. How important do you feel like mentorship is? Or
Where's the camera? Very, 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 very important. It is so important. I went like it's Russell Technology Business Incubator Program. It's AMPed is the program, and so important. I mean, I had a business coach for a year. I had an accountant for a year. I had someone who helped me create my marketing plan. So it was paramount. I mean, to the launch of my business. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now it's super important to continue to make sure that you keep those people in your corner, because whenever you have to sustain your business, you need those people to tap into. So I always tell people, get a mentor, have someone you can reach out to, ask questions, ask all the questions. Don't be out here thinking you know all the things. Ask the questions. Because there's been times where I've just been, I don't really don't know what to do next. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
You
please
need
tell
somebody
me.
to call. You need somebody to call for that.
Absolutely.
That's what comes in when people say like sometimes it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Right.
So I always try to network and get mentors because no matter who you see on TV or who is successful or who's not to you, they've had some help as well.
Absolutely.
So no matter who you can think of, they had help along the way. So yeah, that's a great question, Vic. That's very, very
I
important.
got a question for all of us, and it kind of just kind of piggybacks off of Vic, and entrepreneurship. What are with like even us and kind of getting to where we are as entrepreneurs, as well as yourself, CeCoiya. Like, what is like what's some of the things that you've kind of been able to kind of learn about yourself as you kind of just go through the journey?
Man, perseverance. Like, I mean, it's so many days where I'm like, man, give me a reason to just be done with this.
Yeah. Sometimes life will.
Yes.
give you a reason.
Is that a sign that this is it?
Right.
I can walk away from this.
Right.
So that is, I mean, my it's just been tested. And I've always been someone who I don't mind working. I don't mind working hard. I don't mind any of that. Like, that is just a part of who I am. But yeah, sometimes it's just a lot. It is a lot. So it's just having that that intrinsic motivation and just always remembering what my why is. So I'm a mother. And I just like, okay, all right, I'm building a legacy. I'm building a legacy. I'm building a legacy. I'm building a legacy.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps you.
And that is what keeps me going. Like on the days that I do not, because a lot of this is so cute and fun. But like I said, before I came here, I literally was in sweats and in the warehouse, like literally, because every bottle that I have sold, I have laid every label
Like
by hand.
Respect.
And so nobody sees that part of it. And they think it's the red lips and the little cute little swoop. No. Listen, I be in the warehouse hot because I got to go when it's cold. I got to go when it's hot. And it's currently right now, and it's just me. But it won't always be that. So it's just pushing through that.
Right.
What about you, Vic?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like as we've kind of gone through our process and growing as entrepreneurs, like what's something that you kind of learned about yourself?
Just not being scared to fail in front of everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or not so much to fail, but to learn in front of everybody, right? We kind of touched on it last episode, but just not being afraid to fail, bro. That's how you learn from experience, So just being able to do that, and then having a team. I know you say you by yourself, but team is important. So I hope that for you. I hope you do get a team that helps support you as well.
Plenty of support. I don't say I don't got support, but
Respect. But that's just something that I've learned, bro. Just being able to fail in front of everybody and being comfortable with that.
That's good. That's good.
Because that's where you get the most progress. Yeah.
People love authenticity. Like people love that. Like, you know what I mean? Like people want to know the story.
Right.
Like how in the, you know what I mean? They want to see all of that. The process is so intriguing to people. And I'm one of those people where I shy away from that because I'm like, I don't want y'all to see me sweating.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, y'all gonna take this. Like, you get what I'm showing you, but that's important. That's good.
I feel like that's where the respect is earned.
Yeah.
That's good. What about you?
Well, for me, it's more so being consistent and being inspiring to others. Like, you don't know how much you are inspiring people just by going through the process, right? So with me personally, I've had people come up to me who's like, man, that's dope to see y'all actually talk about it, bring it into place, and actually being consistent on doing it, right? And even when we go out, people be like, hey, man, I seen the pod. I love what y'all doing. Y'all inspire me. You know what I'm saying? So you really don't know how many people that you touch during the process, but that's been most fulfilling for me is the consistency, us sticking together. Everybody thinks like, hey, the podcast is all peaches and cream. People don't know we be in production meetings arguing like, you know what I'm saying? Like we siblings, you know what I'm saying? So being able to go through that with these guys and still be able to come out on top and keep it pushing, that's what been most fulfilling for me on the journey.
Yeah.
What about you, Bandy?
Right.
Your turn.
Oh man, I'm Vic right now, bro. I just asked the question. I'm just playing. But no, I think one of the biggest things I learned about myself is that if you really want it, bro, you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times, like, you know, like in the past, I would always kind of just, you know, kind of just doubt myself a little bit, you know, like in my abilities to really like, you know, like, can I really do this? Or like, you know what I'm saying? If I did do it, is people really gonna fuck with it? And I think for me, it's just kind of just letting loose that fear of just like what people think and just putting it out there, just seeing and just kind of growing from that. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I try to preach to everybody. And, you know, like even when, you know, they come up with ideas and stuff like that, sometimes I tell them, I'm just like, let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just do it. And then we can figure it out from there.
Yeah.
But we just got to do it the first
Bandy will
time.
jump and figure out.
Yeah.
the rest.
Bandy.
Anything jump.
Because it's just like,
That's
I got,
cool though.
When
We
you
need
jump,
that.
we gonna
you
come
know?
up with your
because I recognize it by myself, man. Like after a while, I was like, I sit here and tell people ideas, man. I was like, I know my ideas sound cool as shit. People probably walk away. It's like, man, that kid's going places. But I'm just saying, but then I sit back, I'm just like, bruh, I ain't did a damn thing, bro. Like I ain't did a damn thing. Like I've just been sitting here selling this idea, like, hey, I'm gonna do this, but I ain't did shit. So like just being able to see myself do something, now I'm just like, hey man, let's just do it. We gonna figure it out from there.
Right.
So that's one of the
Before
biggest
you
things
not
I
do
learned
it.
about myself. Like, just do it, bro.
Nah, that's good shit though,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
With you being a minority owner, you know, as a Black woman, what do you think like the support? How important is the support from woman to woman to you, especially in your space?
It's super important, and from woman to woman for sure. And then you know we're kind of coming on that decline of Black, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'm feeling it because when I launched, you know, it was all Black Lives Matter, like
Yeah.
we're supporting the Black people, and that is kind of sort of what I stood on first. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
how I sold it because everybody felt like they had to support
Yeah.
a Black business.
Mm-hmm.
But now that's more so what I have to kind of lean on is just I'm a woman business. You know what I mean? But it's super important, and I try to make sure I show up too.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like I get the support is just because I show up for other women as well. I try my best to encourage other women and pour into other women, and yeah, because they don't take anything from me
Yeah.
to support anybody else. You know, I have so many people's like, I want a wine brand. I'm like, girl, all right, call me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Just entrepreneurship, just all the way around. So I try my best to support, and I receive it in return. So it's good.
That's what's
Is
up.
is it a very competitive space, woman to woman, or is it more so support than competitiveness?
Wine or just
Just in general, wine and in general.
in general, as much as I don't want it to say this, but I think it's a lot of
Right.
competitiveness. So I always just try to, you know, kind of be who I am and just like, well, that ain't what I'm on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's just not who I am because I don't really have time for that. You know what I'm saying? But it is a lot of competitiveness. I know. And shout out to Pretty Birdie, is another Black owned, woman owned spirit brand. But I know when we launched, she launched shortly after me. Everybody wanted to kind of pin us against one another, but it's like, no, we are two Black women from Louisville.
Why
who-
is that though?
It is so wild.
It's weird.
And the reason why it is crazy that you said that, because like I said, I'm a big Breakfast Club fan, so that just made me think of the whole situation with Jess Hilarious and Lauren LaRosa.
Yeah,
But it's just like I definitely noticed that it's like no matter what, like people always feel like two women can't coexist in the same space, and I'm just like, bro, that's not true at all. Like you got your thing, they got their thing.
Yeah.
They're two different people, so it's just like, you know, just because they're women, you want to feel like no, there can only be one. So I that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Do
crazy.
y'all feel like that exists with men too? In that
Yeah,
regard?
I think it exists in similar spaces across the board.
Yeah.
In every vertical or industry. If you
like
ask
two
me.
people can't be winning at once.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's friendly competition, but also sometimes you got people that's trying to downplay what the next person doing on the
Yeah.
process of uplifting what they're doing, right? So you can support without putting the next brand down.
Right.
And I think that's where some people get lost in the sauce at, is where it's like, dude, you can support without throwing shots.
Right.
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 And that's just what I think of it. I think it's in every
I
space.
feel like
but-
that's like almost kind of just that's why I feel like society is at in general. I feel like there's not a whole lot of cohesiveness, and it's like if you're not this way, then you're that way, and nothing's ever just black and white.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's always gonna have that, like that in between, and I'm always that person that's just like in between. I'm like, I feel what they saying, I feel what you saying too, but I feel like a lot of things in society they rather say if it's like if you're not with us, you're against us, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
don't-
Speaking on black owned businesses though, like I actually lived down here in the downtown area during the protest for Breonna Taylor, and I was one of those people that was like, I'm buying everything black owned. I'm going
Yeah.
to every Juneteenth
Yeah.
It was a movie, bro.
festival.
Everybody was on that.
I'm trying to, get everything I possibly can black owned. And I actually seen a clip with Waldo. He said, "Man, you can have a black owned business, but is it a good business?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So that's what's important nowadays. So you can't get me with the, hey, support a black owned business catch anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was one of those people that's like heads over heels, black owned this, black owned that. But at the same time, if you're black owned and you have great product, I'll shop with you 100% of the
You
time.
gonna win.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
give you a
But
chance too.
if you're a black owned business and you're just using, your own
That stance,
people,
right.
as a come up when your business ain't even in order or you're janky in any way, shape, or form, that's where that line has to be drawn for me. So I just wanted to piggyback on that because you said you launched yours on the back of the black owned business campaign, and now you're switching it up to like a woman owned business.
Yeah.
And I think that's critical. It's a critical pivot for real. For real.
Absolutely. And I think in business is just paying attention to those pivots because it's like, okay, wait a minute, all right, let
Yeah.
me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, it's declining. Those numbers aren't numbering like they were before. What do we do?
But it's
Yeah.
good that you watching.
Yeah,
it, though. A lot
absolutely.
of people they can't pay attention to those cycles,
Mhm.
It's
And want to
good that you-
keep pushing it. And if it's
Right.
if it's no longer the I'm black. You're gonna see me
All
I'm
day.
black. I'm
All
black all
day.
day. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's not what you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
It's so
that
much more than
completely.
that. So
I'm
Yeah.
definitely I rather see. I want to saying like I'm already want to support you just cause you black, but
Mhm.
at the same time still be good business. I
Absolutely.
heard something a long time ago. It said like the reason why they feel like a lot of black businesses get a quote unquote bad rap is because it's like a lot of businesses they go in business as with a hustler mentality.
yes.
And it's like sometimes it's like when you in like hustle mode, it's like you really trying to get it by any means as
Mhm.
opposed to just like really trying to create a solid, sustainable business to where you can help others for, generations and stuff like that, as opposed to like, let me see how much money I can make off of it.
Absolutely. No, that's it. That's just like when you always like when people say you got wine in your trunk. No, I ain't got wine in my trunk. Man, what?
Not
No,
trapping out the
respect
trunk no
my-
more.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm
not
saying?
trapping out the trunk no more. Yeah.
Respect what I do, please. No, I don't have wine in the trunk. But
Selling wine
yeah,
out the
I
trunk
mean,
would be crazy.
I be
crazy.
spending.
What you need, I
I make a
got you.
lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got you right here. I got the Moscato to the left.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What you
Got
need?
the
3
sweet
bottles
bread
of the
over here
Riesling?
to the-
Okay, we
yeah.
got you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I have
Yeah.
my people call your people.
Hey, some people though they do trap out
Some
the
people
trunk,
will
but
pop the trunk.
it's levels to business though.
Yeah.
It's levels when you start signing contracts and this and that. It's levels to it.
Absolutely.
So I definitely understand that. I did want to ask you though. I do remember you just said like, "Hey, it's kind of just me." Do you think that like the independent woman is kind of misunderstood in a way?
First, let me respect. What does that term mean to you first and foremost? What is a quote unquote independent woman?
Listen, first of all, I'm not an independent woman.
I respect
No, I mean, independent in the sense of just having my own identity. You know what I'm saying? As a woman, understanding who I am, whose I am, all those things. But for far too long, I think trauma is kind of what pushed this whole I'm a super, you know what I'm saying? I'm a
Yeah.
superwoman. I don't need
Yeah.
no help. And it's just it's tiring. It is so tiring. And so it took me a long time to get to this place and understanding. But it's not okay. I want a badge of honor for it. I don't. That's why I'm like, no, I don't want to be considered that. That's not. It's not.
It don't sound fun.
It's not fun. Listen, it's
do
not
not sound
fun.
fun.
It's not fun at all. I mean, because you miss out on so many things, like just being so strong, and it's just like I'm strong. But I don't have to say I'm strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can handle myself, but I don't got to put it out there like that. Like I'm gonna make sure things get done.
I'm saying like, hey,
But,
if you want to, you can help.
Please,
Like,
please help me. Like I want help. I want help. But yeah, I think that also too, as a woman, I know in the past I've kind of gone back and forth with, like, would a man look at me differently if I'm not independent? Like if I don't have my stuff together. So I think that just comes from just trauma. You know what I'm saying? And but no, help, please. I want to be soft. Help me, please,
so that
baby.
That's a great.
that's a great perspective. And I honestly think that kind of answered the question. Is it misunderstood in a way, right? Because some people think they can see you as a successful business owner, and you're the face of your business, right? So they could see you and automatically think like, oh, she's super independent. She probably don't want no help or need any help, right? So I think that some females get caught up in that so much to where they're actually blocking blessings in a way. You know what I'm saying? So I think it definitely can be misunderstood in a way because one person might think on a high level, like you just said, like I can think that I'm independent within myself because I know who I am. I have my self-confidence. When a person thinking on the lower levels, like, nah, that means I don't gotta have no man. I'm gonna try to do everything myself. I don't want help from nobody. I got this, I got that. So that was great perspective on that.
I definitely think at the end, I'm a firm believer in man. I'm a firm believer at the end of the day, we need each other.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're better together than we are apart. And I will forever live by that mentality.
Yes.
Because don't nobody want to do it all by themselves, bro.
No, for sure. And with that being said, like it's a question for all of us. Do y'all feel like nowadays, like since women are becoming successful in their own spaces, in their own images, do y'all think it's harder for a guy? Do y'all feel like guys are being pressured to be breadwinners nowadays? Or is it like a 50-50? What's y'all opinion on the 50-50 conversation?
The 50-50 conversation.
Let you go ahead.
So with me, I feel like I've always, and when I say this, I mean like I've always been able to take care of myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I would never go into a situation feeling like that I need to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? But I want to be a woman. I want to be soft. Like I don't think that I don't want to put any percentages on it per se. But you can't expect me to go out here and, you know what I mean, work super, super duper hard. Like, which I'm okay and I can do that. Right. But then still come and take care of the kids and come take care of the house and come, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so no percentage. I feel like whenever I go into my union, I just want it, whatever I'm good at, I want to be able to do that. Whatever like you're good at, I want you to be able to do that. And I want us to be able to coexist in that space and just do what we're good at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sense. Like not necessarily 50-50, because if I'm the breadwinner, like
let's get this money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to out here like feeling less than a man because you can't. Yeah. You can't, you know what I mean? Because you're not bringing 50 and I'm bringing 50. Like, no.
If anything, it's just like, I'm going to give you the play so you can at least run it for yourself. But at the same time, a nigga got to want to do it too, though. You can't. Right. If a nigga don't want to do shit, bro, you can't. I can't want something more. I can't want more for you than you want for yourself.
Absolutely.
So I definitely get that.
So, yeah, I don't want no. I'm like 50-50, whatever. But, like, let's both go into this knowing that we're going to contribute what we can.
Does that change your perspective of a man if he's not, if you make more money than him?
It wouldn't change my perspective of a man. A man's like just, when I say hustle, like not that you got to be out here grinding, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are your dreams? What's your aspirations? Like, do you have things that you want in life? And a man that does not, I don't think that we would align anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the thing. So it's like, I don't think that I would even be able to be in a situation with a man who does not want more for himself.
Yeah.
Then if it just so happened to be that the chips fall where I make more money, that's fine. But like you ain't just chilling.
Yeah,
You ain't doing
that's
that.
over.
Yeah. Nah, I'm definitely like I'm a firm believer in like it's never. I don't think 50-50 is like a realistic term.
Yeah.
Because nothing's ever gonna be 50-50 because there's gonna be seasons where it may be 70-30, it may be 60-40, it may be 100 to 0, you know what I'm saying? But you know, like I'm a firm believer in just kind of just whatever works for us.
Right.
And I'm not the type of person like I don't really care about money for real. Like I appreciate what money is because, you know, like it's a tool to be able to take care of yourself. And going back to what you said, I feel like everybody across the board, men and women, should be able to take care of themselves in the most basic way, bro. And I feel like some people really do not know how to take care of themselves. And I think that's why they be falling into these little traps. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'd be a whole different. But you know what I'm saying? So like even like when it comes to like, you know, like me and my fiance, like we talk about all the time, and it's just like I let her know like straight up, like if anything, bro, I know that there's gonna be days where you probably only got 20%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just cause, and say we do have, you know, like kids, it's like I'm not trying to be the type of, you know, dad that don't know. Like if my wife is no longer in the building, like I don't know what to do.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
like I'm like, bro, like
It's a
as
lot
a
of those
dad, it's like
guys,
why
bro.
are you
It
like
is.
why don't you know what to do, bro? These are your kids.
Yeah.
It's not your neighbor's kids. These are yours. Like if anything, you should just know how to take care of them. Basically, if you just want to, like, hey, bro, y'all go in y'all room, go to sleep, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Cool, but you know what I'm saying. You shouldn't just be like, oh my god, and like that's corny to me. So
Yeah.
I just try to make sure, like, at the end of the day, bro, like we got each other. You know what I'm saying? We came together for a reason. So it's like it's never always be on you. It's never gonna always be on me because we together. Because we go through seasons.
Right.
And you know, shit changes.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You could be up one season, down the next. At the end of the day, y'all gotta work together to get back where y'all know y'all need to be.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
So it's
of
like,
the
what do you
partnership.
have in you to where you're going to be able to kick into gear in
Yeah.
the event that you got to have it, and then and vice versa as a woman, like if I got to go get it, I'm gonna go get it. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But can you get it too? Like,
That's
not that I would expect for you to have it all,
You know what
but
I'm saying?
in the
'Cause
event that we in that space,
it's
can
like-
you?
It's like if you just put the effort in, it's just like I got you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like just show me you want it so that all right, I know how to there's things that I may know that you may not know, and I can as long as you put in the effort, then we can it's easy to fuel that fire versus somebody who's just like, you know what I'm saying, just wallowing in self-pity type
Yeah.
shit, just like what was me.
Yeah, like you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had conversations in the office before about like alpha personalities versus like beta personalities, right? Do you think that that's like a real thing?
Yeah, I do
Okay, 'cause
think
we-
it's a real
'cause
thing.
Your boy,
I
think
don't
the
know
labels
if
are
I
corny.
don't know if I
Just-
succumb to the whole alpha, like the name of it, but just
Yeah.
that personality
Yeah,
trait.
so-
Like
yeah.
I definitely think that it is. Yeah.
Leaders
I don't
and
know. Yeah,
non-leaders.
leaders, and I think
But-
that's more so how I look at it. Like, are you a leader or are you not? Like, are you going to just
Yeah.
be
We
like
we need followers
whatever?
too. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and
Followers
I
too.
think two alpha personalities can coexist depending on
Mhm.
situations, but that's here or there, right?
Yeah.
We always have conversations about that though, like alpha versus beta personalities.
Yeah, I have an alpha personality, but I know that I can't have a beta or would you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm like no.
Yeah.
What's the beta?
What's
What's
a
that?
beta look like to you?
To me, it's just someone who just does not have a backbone, and
I
like
feel you.
someone who just, you know what I mean, just kind of like goes with the flow. Like, no,
passive.
very passive. Like, What are your thoughts? Like, I want to know what do you want to do? Tell me what to do, please. Like, let me,
Like,
let me
take
yeah.
lead sometimes, you know what I'm
Please.
saying? So
Yeah.
no, I just
'Cause
think
otherwise,
I
I'd
think
be
it's
like,
very
I got it.
interesting.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to be that.
For sure. I do have another question for all of us though. Like, as far as work balance, like how did you balance your entrepreneurship and like your at home? I know you said you're a mom.
Yeah.
How did you balance that, especially like on the journey to starting the brand? Was
Yeah.
it a tough road? Give us some insight.
Yeah, it was. But I think mainly it's just communication. Like, you know what I mean? And then using my village. Like, I have an amazing village. So that's why, I think I might have said before, like, oh, I was doing it by myself. But no, I actually have a very strong support system.
Yeah.
And so it's just being communicative and tapping into them. Because everybody's like, well, let me know how I can help. Can you go pick up Callie, take her to dance practice? And, that's more so what you know what I mean? So when I have to tap into my village for those things, I have. And I have been an entrepreneur my daughter's whole life. So she'll be 16 in July. Okay. And so that's all she knows. And so we've been able to just enjoy that space. Like, she knows who I am.
Yeah.
And I've always just been, hey, babe, like, these next 3 months are going to be like, I got to put my head down.
Yeah.
But then I always just make sure I check in. Like, I know I'm a little, I know my head's down because I got this deadline I have to meet. But what do you need? Like, how can I help?
Yeah.
Good? You straight? You know what I mean? So just being open and communicating.
Has she shown like aspirations to want to be an entrepreneur as well?
She is an entrepreneur, yeah.
Yes,
It's in her blood.
She's trying to get into wine too?
No. So she is, she's a DJ.
Oh, that's dope.
So she's actually on a little bit of a hiatus because we're going to do some rebranding over the summer. But she was, a DJ from 9 until she was 14. And I mean, she did school events, work event, like all the things. And she was out here getting money. I'm like, yeah. So rebranding, and then she wants to launch a clothing brand. So we'll see what that looks like. But I think it's in the blood.
Hey, we'll show her some love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. I appreciate that. But yeah, so she's an entrepreneur. It's in the blood.
Okay, so I do want to say, while I was getting my hair retwisted today, see the fresh retwist camera?
Period. It looks good.
Retwisted about 2-3 months. I learned something about CeCoiya.
Okay.
She used to actually be on a dance team called the Sojettes.
Oh, you was doing some research
back in the day. So
we didn't know that.
She didn't look. She didn't know that I knew. She did not know that I knew.
She didn't say that she did, bro.
So check this out. So if you from the city, right?
Yeah, you know
knew who the Sojettes was. Sojettes was a dance team. And they actually was on like 106 in Park on BET. They actually like won the competition on BET a few times. And I actually had a few family members on the Sojettes back in the day. And I do want to ask you, I kept that one hid, huh? So I do want to ask you, like, how important was being a part of like a team structure? Traveling the entire night, having that family oriented, that's kind of like really not family in a way. All of us played youth sports, and that's kind of equivalent to our youth sports, right? So how important was that environment for you just growing up in general?
So
very, very important. Very important. And so, if you're from the city, Sojettes. I'm going to say on 2 instances. So if you're from the city, Sojettes. And so that's kind of sort of where like my following started. Like literally, I'm not even kidding. And I say that very humbly, but I used to be killing it.
I'm gonna find some videos.
So everybody knew who I was, you know what I mean? And so it just it has just followed me, which is a blessing, but it has taught me teamwork and camaraderie, like all those things that are super important when it comes to being an entrepreneur, when it comes to just being in space with people, sharing space, sharing energy with people. That was an amazing season of my life.
Yeah.
And I thank God for it all the time, because I'm telling you, like, that is kind of sort of how I earned my stripes in the city.
All right, so now that we got the serious question out of the way, so tell me about 106 in Park. I want to know.
I'm over here looking at the time. I'm like, shit.
Yeah,
I got to go ahead and run this.
Cool. You got that out the way.
So
106 in Park.
So I did not dance on 106 in Park myself. We were in New York. I did another competition. So we had 2 competitions and 2 different teams. I had already gone to college. So I wasn't on that 106 and Park team because I was
Okay.
up in Western Kentucky.
So you
but
kind of their mentors.
So
in a
yeah,
way.
but
Yeah.
I mean, I still danced when we were in New York, just not that. It was like
Oh,
only
okay.
5 or 6 of them, and they were all around the same age group, and was able to practice together. But it was still an amazing
Yeah,
experience.
no, that does. Sound
Yeah.
like fun.
But yeah, I mean, those are the times.
Yeah.
I
Those
miss
are the
106 in Park.
times.
Yeah, we always try to
Heck
dig up a
no.
little bit of information.
I mean, seriously, you took it all the way back. Oh my goodness, yeah. And I danced on that dance team pretty much all of my youth, like
Yeah.
from 6th grade all the way up until I went to college.
Y'all was
Okay.
crumping.
Yeah, it was one of all the things.
All
I
the
told you I
things.
knew how to dance.
So-
I'll find a video.
So I do have
Somewhere.
like a question for that as well. This is for everybody. Do you all think like it's been like a disservice? It's specifically to Louisville people. So go ahead and back out. But, do y'all think it's been like a disservice to like stop all the youth like events that we used to have like back in the day? And it probably could have been like in Atlanta, but
He's mad.
you know,
Oh, I can join in
Yeah.
now.
Come on over.
nah, but like seriously though, like we used to have like all types of like dance competitions from like
Really?
community centers to, you know, just I just feel like they stripped the youth away from the experiences that we had like coming up in the city. Like it's just crazy to me.
I agree. So I'm a teacher by day, so that's my career.
Okay.
And so that's one thing that just saddens me is that none of my students go to a community center.
Yeah.
I grew up in Beach of Tears, so
Yeah.
I'm Deborah. And that is what I spent a lot of
I'm a
time
request, baby.
at Baxter Community Center. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I learned so much. And none of my students have that experience. They do not go to after school programs. They I mean, they do youth sports, but that's really it.
Yeah.
But I grew up in church. I grew up in the community. All the
Yeah.
things.
Same here.
Like I know me personally growing up, like I was always there was never a time in my life I wasn't around other kids my
Yeah.
age, you know what I'm saying, in some way, shape, or form. We talked about this in like, you know, like other episodes, like in, you know, not only just a community center, but I think that word community itself is, you know, just what's missing in, you know, today's society. I feel like we like I said before, like we all need each other. And it just doesn't, you know, it doesn't, you know, just single-handedly just mean just, you know, like in a romantic relationship. I think as people in general, the more that we work together and kind of just look out for each other. Nobody's saying that you got to be in everybody's business,
Right.
whoop, but you know what I'm saying, just being able to look out, because it's just been times like I don't even think that kids can just be like, I used to be able to just go to like a neighbor. You know, I lived in apartments. We had like the little pool or whatever. I can just see like, you know what I'm saying, one of the moms or something that lives in the neighborhood. I'm like, hey, can you watch us while we at the pool? Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll do. But, you know, it's just like that, you know, like that sense of community is just like, just being able to be kids and just know that, hey, you know what I'm saying, if something happened, you know, I know she gonna find my mom somewhere or find somebody
be
that
good.
I know. You know what I'm
be
saying?
good. Yeah.
It's crazy because speaking of pools, they even took away like all the community pools.
It's
Like,
so
Them pools be
sad.
nasty.
it's super crazy.
I mean, that's where you learn all the things.
Yeah.
That's where you learned everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very sad. I hate that for
Is
us.
it
Is it the funding? What is it like?
I think that's part of it.
A
I
lot-
think
I think
money
it's
is
a part of
always
it,
gonna
yeah.
be a part of
I
it.
think
I
it's
think
a
it's a
part
lot
of
of
it, man. But like you went to Boys and Girls Club, right?
Yeah, for
Right?
sure, yeah.
Like how important was that for you, like growing up?
It was very important just being, I mean, when you grow up in a neighborhood, of course you see the other kids, but when you can go to a place where they kind of fund field trips,
Yeah.
you know, you got the basketball courts and everybody's kind of interacting with each other, it hits a little different. You know what I'm saying? So it was very important for me because not only was I seeing these kids at school, but I was also seeing them at the Boys and Girls Club and things
Yeah.
like that.
During
So-
the summer.
yeah, and I was
Yeah.
seeing their parents and their uncles and their family, so it was kind of like we were intertwining almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Do kids still go on field trips?
Yes,
Yeah, they do.
at school.
Where they go?
I mean, we going.
Hubert's
places.
Farm and
I'm about to say, we used to go to
We
Might
go
as
to
well
the zoo.
Kingdom
We go
and-
to, yeah, we go to places. Botanical Gardens. We're going to let's see, Safety City.
what do you teach?
What-
What subject do you
Elementary school. So
Okay.
right now I'm a math and reading interventionist. So I don't have a class
teach? Okay.
anymore. I stepped out of the classroom this year, but celebrated 9 years.
Okay.
I was a
That's what's
teacher
up.
for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Congrats on that.
What'd you teach?
I taught pre-K. Well, I was a teacher assistant for like pre-K. So
Oh.
like 3 to like
Does that count?
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say,
Absolutely.
bro.
It all counts.
Because I ain't take my
It all
teacher's assistant serious.
Me neither.
In
That's
the
why
short time,
I did not take the teacher's assistant serious.
bro. If
Miss Lucas
He
be like,
grading-
Raymond, sit
he's
down. I'm
grading
like,
papers, bro. Like,
Bro. and I was dealing with,
wrong with you,
you know what I'm saying, bro. I made an impact on them kids' lives. in
There
the
you
short
go.
time I
That's
was there.
all that matters.
Them kids love me, bro.
Yeah.
Them
do you
kids was
remember
for
any
it.
of the kids?
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna say their names because they ain't, but I definitely remember the
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
I do know their names. I'll tell y'all off camera, but nah, them kids is
Well,
cool,
you,
man. Them
like you
kids
gotta
is
say
fun.
first and last name. Like,
Cuz, but them
That's
people
all good.
kids, but you gotta protect the children.
it's all good.
Yeah, but that's a great question because I mean I know like we're in the era of YNs and they are out here terrorizing.
We got our
My boy
resident.
Keith, my
we
boy
got-
Keith still here. He's off camera.
you know
He's
what I'm
hurt.
saying?
Why?
I told you you got into a fight. That's
Keith's
why he's
playing
been
producer
doing the
today.
show. I told you got into a fight.
He didn't get
in
into
a
no
fight. Look, he didn't get in a fight.
He's our YN.
I got your back.
Yeah, we're joking.
But no, it's crazy out here. It's so crazy.
really is.
So
It
I
is.
mean, we gotta hug our babies more and
If I see too
Talk to
many
them.
of them, I'm leaving.
love them.
Nah, for sure.
I'm like, I don't need to get gas today. I go in
Don't be
the
scared
morning.
of those. Don't be scared.
Now I do got a question about like the kids and stuff. Can you see the potential early
Yeah.
in kids?
Yep.
And can you tell like which ones is gonna be like kind of
Yep. But I pray. I promise you, I will stop a lesson in a minute.
yeah.
People walk in, why is your eyes closed? Because I am praying over this baby.
Kids,
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I will pray in a
Yeah.
minute. Lord, please let there be some. And I taught 5th grade for a while. So after they left me, then they are going on to middle school.
Yeah.
So
That's a whole
I don't know if
different-
it's a right,
whole-
the right,
whole
I don't know
different
if it's
ballgame.
something I could do, but God,
Yeah.
cover them, please. And have it be someone in their lives that will wrap their arms around them, like we have here, to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is. It's back to community.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And so some of them where you're like, they are nuts.
Yeah.
But if somebody snatch them up, they'll be good.
Nah,
I
Good.
understand
but,
that.
But we
That'd be good.
coming up on the end, and I think
Yeah,
we got you, held you a little bit past time, but
it's all good.
we definitely.
Hold on.
Go ahead. My bad.
I want CeCoiya to lead us off. End this with something.
That's what I'm about to say.
What? I know. I just felt like you was about to say it
bro.
5
Nah,
times to
He
say
was-
it.
I wasn't.
But what would be a good message for young women coming up to be an entrepreneur? Like, what advice would you give them?
I would give them learn as much as you can. Don't feel like you always have to be the smartest person in the room. And always tap into mentorship. That's what I would give. Yeah, that's and plan. Over plan.
Yeah.
Think of all the different scenarios, and plan for it.
Okay.
Yep.
Nah, man.
What you got, Bandy? My bad, Bandy, bro.
Nah, you
My
good.
bad.
You
My
good.
bad.
You
Took a
good.
shine.
This was definitely this definitely was a fun conversation. I appreciate you, being our
Yeah,
first
we
woman
definitely
on the show. So, you know what I'm
definitely
saying? It
appreciate
was
you.
dope having you for sure. But of course, man, we hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at
Thank
_,
you.
Entertainment Collective. On TikTok, the R.A.P Pod, and please, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Entertainment Collective, and you can also follow me. I'm Bandy II on Instagram and TikTok.
Before I introduce myself, in and off, please go purchase
Yeah.
Coy Wine
Please.
Collection.
Where can they
It's
purchase?
27 different
27
locations.
locations.
Yes.
So go purchase it, please. I'm not gonna lie, this damn Scott, this shit's fire, y'all.
Yeah.
This shit's fire.
That bit kicking in.
The way that she explained it to the T. The Moscato's right in that middle, perfect gray area, right? And I haven't had this one
Yes.
specifically,
It's so
but
good.
I'm going to try to buy every piece of her collection. So I advise you all to do
Yeah,
it as well.
Definitely got to get that champagne.
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, just follow me at LL502 at IG. Yeah, should be right here. Hopefully, it's right here. But if not,
It's a ticker
It's
at the
fine.
bottom.
You can
I
find
ain't see
him
the ticket.
_V Terry on Instagram.
Right.
Let us know where we can find you and purchase.
Absolutely. So
And
you all
if-
can find me Coy Wine Collection on all social media, and Coy Wine Collection. And I have my list of stores where you can kind of tap in and scan QR code and see where to purchase.
You
So,
showed them the QR code.
Yeah.
They can probably try to scan off a shoulder if y'all can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we
I always got to make sure I'm promoting everywhere I go.
Nah, respect. Before
Still
we
ain't
let you
that
go, you
idea.
got anything coming up that you wanna?
Yeah, so
Tell
I
people.
am going to be at the Louisville Urban League Gala on the 30th. Janelle Monáe. I don't know what I was going to say. Yeah, anyway, I'll be there doing a wine tasting for their happy hour. So I'm super excited about that. And then I don't know if you all have heard of Smoke Easy, the cigar bar. That's right down, not too far from here. I'm there every third Wednesday. I'm doing wine tastings and then the Groove as well. So y'all come check me out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
We
we definitely
appreciate
will. We'll definitely come out and support. You know what I'm saying? You'll see all of us there. Come to one of your wine tastings. We'll definitely try to make that happen.
Hopefully we'll have you back for another episode.
Oh, yeah,
Part
please.
2.
Absolutely. Please have me back anytime. Y'all let me know.
Absolutely.
And
All right?
also-
then we'll try the 2 newest wines
Yeah,
next
yeah,
time.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, keep in mind as well, we also do media content as well. So if you ever need us to video anything,
Okay.
photo shoots or anything, just give us a holler.
I sure will.
For sure.
Absolutely. I always
We're
need
really,
that.
really good.
Okay. I'll tell y'all if y'all good.
Nah, yeah, we.
I have a stand. No, I'm just playing.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I think we can meet it.
Okay, cool. No, I will. I'll have to tap into that. Chanel is who I've used before in the past, and she was
I spoke to
amazing.
Chanel before.
we
Yeah,
know-
she's
that's cool.
dope.
Yeah, we'd love to collab with her
Yeah.
whenever we get a chance.
So, all right. Well,
That's a wrap.
thanks for
We
having me,
appreciate
guys.
you.
Yeah, man. But that's a wrap, y'all. Oh, I'm gonna leave y'all with one of my favorite quotes, man.
Man, come on.
What are we leaving?
Go ahead, get
out.
out. Not yet.
Okay.
We gotta wait for Bandy.
Go ahead.
He who sleeps on the floor
Or she.
cannot fall out of bed. Y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all next time.
Okay.